Morning, well, Jibby Trev here from sunny Colac. Actually, it's the first morning I've got up where I haven't actually had to put socks on to keep my feet warm. It's actually quite nice, and I think we're in for a beautiful day, and I might even get a bike ride in. So, roll that intro.
Hi, Jibby Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it.
Right, well, so yeah, still a bit croaky in the voice, still fighting off this bloody cold. So, so as the last video, like plans change all the time and things change all the time. So as soon as I found out that Mum and Jeff were bringing the van down, Sean's van down for me to have to drive across to Perth, I thought, oh shit, I better start looking for a trailer. I spent 2 days flat out looking for trailers, just scrolling Marketplace, eBay, just absolutely everywhere, trying to buy one locally here in Colac. And then I was going as far as like looking at Bendigo. There was heaps down in Melbourne. There was no way I was going to go into Melbourne, back into Melbourne, sort of going backwards and find a trailer or something. So I just used to go. So I just kept going all day. For the last 2 days, I go in and just re-click on Marketplace and re-click locations, and trying to find from a couple of towns away where there was a bike trailer there, but it was just way too big and so forth. And so anyway, yesterday I walk in, I click on Marketplace. There's a 7x5 trailer here in Colac. What the hell, it's been on 45 minutes. So straight up messaged the guy and said, can you send me your phone number? He did. I rang him up and he said, mate, I've already had like 20 hits. It's been up there about 20 odd minutes, 30 minutes, and I've already had 20 hits. And I said, mate, this is my story. So I told him about the front wheel and the bike and everything and how I'm going to Perth, blah, blah, blah. And I said, mate, I won't even argue your sale price. I've got cash here waiting for it. Can you bring it round and let me have a look? And it's got 12 months registration on it, like basically ready to go. So he brought it round, took one look, shook his hand, and there it is, my new 2 wheels. There it is, the trailer. So went down, got my sister sign a few forms to get the trailer into her name. I couldn't have the trailer in my name, being a Queensland licence. And went down to Vic Roads, with this snotty little bitch behind the counter, didn't want to help me at all, and basically said I had to go back and drag my sister out of work to come back to identify that it was her that the trailer's name was going in. And I'm like, what the fuck, I'm here, I've just come down from Queensland, I'm just here for, I'm trying to help my sister out, she just bought a trailer, blah, blah. And the other bloke behind the counter just, come over here, mate, I'll have a chat to you. And this other snotty little bitch in Vic Roads in Colac, he was like, and I was the only one in there. There was no one else there. There's no one at the counter waiting. So this bloke just dragged me out and said, So anyway, the bloke just dragged me aside and just quietly asked me, he said, so have you ever had a Victorian driver's licence before? I said, well, yeah. And he said, well, how long ago? I said, about 14 years ago. Finds me in the system, sign this form, show him my Queensland ID. Bang, trailer's done, registered, changed over. And the bloke I bought the trailer off drove me to where my sister was working, get the papers signed, drove me to Vic Roads, waited for me, and when we came back, helped me put the trailer up the driveway. So there's the new trailer. Now, the cage won't be staying on it. I can't get the bike in with the cage on it. The handlebars are too high. 15-inch tyres, new wheel bearings. It's had new lights that are apparently submergible for boat trailers. This thing's pretty much ready to go. The bike will fit in crossways without any problems. No problems there fitting the bike in. But yeah, the cage is going to go. And as Brother Pete said, it's just more wind drag and shit anyway. And it's harder to get your tie-down straps in when you're going through, your grid. So I'll put my tie-down straps there or down on the front, wherever I want. So this trailer, hand-delivered, cost me $6 to do the registration transfer fee. $600 straight up. And like I said, I didn't even argue the price at all. I've been looking for a trailer for nearly 3 days. This one was around the corner. The guy came and picked me up, took me down to where I needed to go, got shells to sign the paperwork, like I said, into Vic Roads with that snotty little bitch and the other guy that was really helpful. All done and done. So, I'm going to Perth. The bike is going on there, and that is going on the back of a Mitsubishi van, which should be arriving here either late tomorrow or early Monday morning. And I'm going to catch up with my mum, which I haven't seen in 3 years, and Jeff, haven't seen them in 3 years. And after that, I reckon I'll be on the road somewhere either Thursday or Friday at the latest next week. I'll be on the road and heading to Perth. Now I'm going to go from here. Sorry, Bronny, not going to your place. Bernie, no. Alison, Jenny, sorry, no. I'm going from here and I'm going to head straight up to Berry in South Australia. Jump across the up to Berry in South Australia, up through Peterborough and pop out somewhere south of Port Augusta, up into Port Augusta, and then just straight across the desert to Perth. So anyway, that's the plan. And with the van and everything, I'm expecting to take probably maybe 4, could be even 5 days to cross the Nulla. It's a long haul, and I won't be pushing the van too hard. I'll probably only be sitting on 80k, maybe 90k's. So I'm really excited. It's real, like everything's just, this whole trip, everything, even with the breakdowns, my front wheel there collapsing, good old Darren Cross getting on there. People want to know, if people want to know Darren's trade name, I think on Facebook, or his trade name is Slaughterhouse Cycles, or you just go to, if you're on Shipbook, just go to search and type in Darren Cross, and that'll bring up his page or him, and if you need Harley parts, that's where you go. So, but with all the breakdowns and everything I've had, it's like this whole trip, everything's just falling together. Like I knew I was going to get a trailer, I knew I was going to find one here in Colac, and boom, there it is. Motherfucker's right there. Holy shit. This trip, when I, 2 weeks before I left home, I kept saying to everyone, I've been doing this trip down here for about 14 years, off and on, pretty much every year. I've missed a couple of years. I've driven it a few times. I've ridden it most of the time. So 2 weeks before I left, I was saying that, you know, this is the trip to Vic I've never done before. Normally I get down here March, April, I last 3 weeks, the weather turns to shit and I turn around and go home and I don't see hardly anyone. This trip's been totally different. I've been staying a week here and a week there. For people who are interested, Brother Pete, spoke to him yesterday. He's on the improve, absolutely on the improve. And I won't get much into it, but he's sounding a lot better and a lot healthier, and he's picked up a real lot. So yeah, so those people who are actually concerned about Brother Pete, he's doing really, really well. So hey, Brother Pete. Which brings me to another thing, Brother Pete's idea. He suggested, and I love it, my front wheel. He suggested I should auction it off. I mean, didn't think much of it when I read the comment that night, and we were having a chat on the phone yesterday. He said, yeah, you know, look, people love memorabilia. Who knows, someone might want it for their man cave. So basically, I might be auctioning off my front wheel if anyone's interested. Now, the proceeds won't be going to charity. Well, they will. They'll be going to me. Maybe even help pay for part of the trailer. So, yeah, I might auction off my front wheel if there's enough people interested in it. Now, I'm going to be carrying it with me in the van, so if you're anywhere like on the way through, I can just drop it off. Other than that, postage could be a bit of a problem because it's a heavy mother as. But yeah, I also thought, well, maybe I'll do a live feed and auction off there, and I realised, well, a lot of people don't catch my live feeds. People who might be actually interested in wanting to buy my wheel, look, I don't really think too many people would, but hey, it's an idea, we throw it out there. If no one's interested, I just carry it over to Perth with me anyway, because I'm not leaving here at Shells. So yeah, we might have an auction on my front wheel. Opening bid is $1. So if you're the only one that bids and you only bid $1, you could have my front wheel hanging up in your man cave or do whatever you want with it. I'm sure the rim's still usable, even though the hub's somewhat destroyed. The rims are good, and as Pete said, someone might want these spokes. These are good heavy duty spokes, so there's, you know, there might be some value in there somewhere. So there we go, world. Hippie Trev's destroyed front wheel is up for auction. Starting bid $1. So I don't even know how I'm going to run the auction or whatever, but anyway, we're just going to chuck it out there as an idea. And also, Peter Hughes, mate, haven't forgotten you, old mate. Remember this that you gave me at Pete's place, a fused wire? Well, I don't trust cigarette lighters in vans to work, especially when I charge my phone and that, so I'll be actually hardwiring this into the van so I can charge either my GoPros or my phone along the way, where I don't have to rely on a dodgy cigarette lighter. I'll hardwire this in. I've got extra leads. I've got the plugs I need for here. So Peter Hughes, you just done me a solid, mate. I didn't know where or when I was going to use that. I kept everything on the bike with me, like all the leads I cut off when my 2 USB ports crapped itself. I might even take that off the bike and just mount that on the dash in the car and hardwire it into the battery using this lead that Peter gave me. So, yeah, Peter Hughes, good on you, mate. Your lead's going to come in very handy. So there we are, worlds. My new 2 wheels, my new 4 wheels are going to be showing up in the next couple of days, and me and the bike will be travelling on 6 wheels over to Perth. Like I said, I hope to be leaving either Thursday or Friday this week coming, which is around the 22nd, I think. And like I said, I'm going straight up to Berry, which is about 600 k's, so that should be the first day trip. Cross through Peterborough, pop out south of Port Augusta, and then just make my way across the desert to Perth. So, right here, worlds. I'm just completely excited. I can't believe how everything's going. Everything's just falling into place. I just can't believe this trailer just popped up. And the guy, when I got his phone and I rang up, he said he's already when the guy gave me his phone and I rang up and said, mate, I've already had 20 something hits on this thing. It's only been up for like 20 odd minutes. He's had 20 hits, and I just said, mate, I've got cash waiting. I'm not going to argue the price, blah, blah, blah. By the time we'd finished the deed, I come out of Vic Roads, jumped in his car. He'd had 45 hits on this trailer. So I wasn't the first one in, but I was the first one to ring him up and say, mate, I've got cash waiting. I'm not going to argue the price. And the fact that this come with actually full 12 months registration, I think I did really, really well. So, rightio world, just another little rush video, just to let you know what's going on. And yeah, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and I will catch you later.